Hello guys, this is our last lecture on unit number 6, product lifecycle management and product data management. So till today, we have gone through many different things about product, what is product lifecycle and what is product lifecycle management. We have seen what are different stages of product lifecycle, and what are aspects or what are different features of product lifecycle management, and we try to understand what is product data management. So after doing that, then we have seen, or we have gone through basically what is different modules are there, and what is or how integration of those models should be there in place for a better product lifecycle management. Okay, now we also seen in a previous lecture that what is the software, what are the softwares or what are the features you expect, and what are different models you want to be there in your PLM software. Okay, so today we'll go through many little bit more about different models and different cycles, and we'll try to have a closure on this unit. So we talked about this PPLM, as I said in the last lecture, that this is mainly for the industries which need a tight regulation. Like some it is if something is is used by public, and it is health related, and which may be fatal or something like that, then a tight regulation should be there, like something like FDA, Food and Drug Administration, and they in those kind of industries, this PPLM is mainly used. So we talked about it in previous lecture. So this is something called as now pyramid of production system. Now basically as per one of the Benham Malakuti, there are main five objectives of a production. Okay, what are these five objectives? These are basically productivity, cost, quality, flexibility, and sustainability. Now we'll try to see basically what is productivity, means what is the objective of production. Productivity, a better production, a production which is of better quality, which is of less cost, less time. So productivity is main objective of the any production. Then there is something called as flexibility. What is flexible? Flexible means you should be able to easily change, easily minor deviation or small changes. It should be flexible. If some changes are required in future, they should be done without much hassle. So if the flexibility is then your production is obviously better, and the new changes or modifications can be easily accommodated in your system. Third is economics, or basically cost, means your system production should be such a way that the cost required, raw material, labor, and all that, light and all that, is cost is as minimum as possible. So economics should be the main goal of your production. And sustainability, it should be able to sustain it with the different kinds of changes or different environments. Sustain, or survival is the main one of the main objectives of the production. And last is quality, means whatever quality is expected, whatever quality standards you have specified in your company, those it should be met, and those qualities should not be compromised. So all these five main goals of the of the production should be keep all you should keep check of all of them at all the time. So based of all these concepts gives pinnacle for the manufacturer. So it's obviously we'll have a best manufacturing, best production if you have these things in check. They are represent like a pyramid with a different combination of objective moving of the pyramid. So basically ultimately you want to get on top of the pyramid, the apex of the pyramid as the very best of these five, and the lowest of these is five is base. He says that the tip of this pyramid is not really, basically it is not possible to go at the tip of the pyramid, but you should try to achieve that, or you should try to go there. Industry life cycle. Now industry life cycle is a much higher level. PLC means product life cycle is very high level, is industry life cycle. Okay, so basically how industry, what is how industry comes into place, how it establishes, how it grows, and how it goes down. So that life cycle of industry is basically like a product life cycle only. There are four similar strategies, like introduction of a industry, some industry, any industry, say like software industry, or pharmaceutical industry. So for all these will have introduction, then they will have a growth, then there will be saturation, then there will be decline, something else will come up. However, industry life cycle analysis has stages before decline, that is stability. So basically, it will not after maturity, saturation, it will not go to decline. It will not just retire or it will obsolete. It will be having a stability. The stability may be a small or it may be big, but there will be a stability and then there will be decline at the end. So any kind of industry, it will have kind of life cycle. So in previous old days there will be some other in radio industry. So radio industry was at boom, like introduction, then there was nothing else. Then 30 40 years back, radio was the only thing people used to listen. There was no TV and nothing like that. Satellite was there. So introduction, then they had a growth, then there was a maturity, saturation, AM FM channels and all that, and then there was a stability for long period, and then decline came. That means when TV came out, when satellite came out, then it will slowly it was decline. And now again it has got a little bit push because of this FM, but it is not as good as it was in old days. So this is a life cycle for the industry. So it is almost same, but here only the stability part will be there in between. Economic life cycle. Now economic or business life cycle is up and down of the moment, that is economic. So basically your economy, so as stock market or your Indian economy, so how it is going up, it will be going up, it will slowly come down, again it will go up, and like that. So like prices of the gold, or prices of the petrol, or the stock market. So this will be having this kind of graphs. Slowly it will be going up, like in the Indian economy it was 1 trillion, then it is slowly becoming world's one of the top GDP India have. So like that, but this is the basically again it will have a cycle. It will have some peak, it will come down little bit, again it will go up peak. So like that it will have a cycle. So one cycle is the expansion peak, it will reach the maximum, contraction and through. So if you see the diagram, there is a through, then there is a expansion, means it will go, it will expand, it will go up, it will reach some point, it will again start slowly coming down little bit through, and then again it will have expansion. So like that it will, the cycle will be like expansion, peak, contraction, it is coming down little bit, and so right now because of this corona, now we are having contraction, then we'll have some period of through, then again there will be expansion, will reach the peak. So this cycle will be repeated for the economy. So like this the cycle will be there for the economy, and sometime it will peak will be high, peak, or sometime it will not be that high. So it will be depending on different situation. Like in 2008 slowdown, it came down drastically, or 2000 Y2K, it came down drastically, but again it had an expansion, and it reached another peak. So peak is at the top of the cycle and through is at the bottom. So peak is the top, through is the bottom, and the major is a cycle from the peak to the through. These cycles are not at regular interest. So because it's not kind of a cycle of sinusoidal wave or something like that. This will be not very regular. This will be irregular, and we don't know. Economic cycles are depending on so many factors, of like national and international level, and but again it will be having the same kind of path. Hello guys, this is our last lecture on unit number 6, product lifecycle management and product data management. So till today we have gone through many different things about product, what is product life cycle and what is product life cycle management. We have seen what are different stages of product life cycle, and what are aspects or what are different features of product life cycle management, and we try to understand what is product data management. So after doing that, then we have seen, or we have gone through basically what is different modules are there, and how integration of those models should be there in place for a better product life cycle management. Okay, now we also seen in a previous lecture that what is the software, what are the softwares or what are the features you expect and what are different models you want to be there in your PLM software. Okay, so today we'll go through many little bit more about different models and different cycles, and we'll try to have a closure on this unit. So we talked about this PPLM, as I said in the last lecture, that this is mainly for the industries, which need a tight regulation. Like some it is if something is is used by public, and it is health related, and which may be fatal or something like that, then a tight regulation should be there, like something like FDA, Food and Drug Administration, and they in those kind of industries, this PPLM is mainly used. So we talked about it in previous lecture. Project life cycle. So any project, say like I want to complete this building in say 6 months. So for that you will be having some kind of project. So creating a building or creating a garden, anything we can see it as a project. So the project has a life cycle. So now what is the life cycle? Basically, you will have initiation period. It will slowly grow. Then once, depending on the whatever initiation or whatever plan, whatever requirements you had in the initiation phase, you will have a planning. Okay, I need these so many things. I need these raw materials. I need these many things. And then once all these things are ready, or your output of your planning is ready, then you will start executing the project. Execute means depending means as the output of your planning, you will have all those things ready, and you will do the actual execution of your project. So execution will go up, then it will saturate, and then slowly, once everything is completed, slowly people will start coming out of it. You will be putting those people in other work, and then it will have a closure kind of stage. So like this, anyways, sometimes the planning phase will be bigger, sometimes execution phase is bigger, sometimes closure phase is bigger. So depending on what kind of project you are working on, the different phases will be have a different duration, but life cycle will be almost kind of similar to this. So this is about, like, any kind of project management, like product, about product, it may be about a product, it may be about anything. So these have a same life cycle. Okay, these are the drivers for the internal change. The stages are initiation, which includes whether the product is feasible, means whether we can do it, or whether we can, how we can do it. Planning, which includes development. After design, you will have a development. Execution, which includes testing. Execution is actually executing the task, whatever you have planned. And then closure, closing those things, which is the launch and the production illustration request, PI. So this is the life cycle of a project. As I in the one of the previous slides, I was talking about product asset life cycle and product life cycle. So these are here it is shown that this, if you see in the diagram, project life cycle has we talked in the previous slide: initiation, initiating the project, then the planning of the project, then actual execution of the project, and then closure of the project. So we have seen the graph for that also. Asset lifecycle, we talked about this also. It is a design, then commissioning, operation, and decommissioning. Now, product lifecycle, we have talked in detail about this also. Introduction of a product, growth of a project. After the growth, it will be expand, and then you have a maturity, saturation, and then it will be decline or retirement. So these are different life cycle for project, assets, and product. So it is, it is very important, how these life cycle are integrated with each other. The successful integration is critical, which means, because integration means what, you should be able to put them together. After this should be properly, like the product life cycle, asset life cycle design should be, input for the execution of the project life cycle. It's, if to execute any project, your asset life cycle, whatever you design, it should be available there. Or whatever, asset life cycle operation, it is a, means whatever you operated, whatever you did, that is your input for the product life cycle, right? So all those integration should be properly done, and then the better integration you have, the better project life cycle management process you have in place, right? So there are so many different cycles are there, as we have talked about, accounting cycle, or product life cycle, or asset life cycle, project life cycle. All those are very important life cycles, and all those should be properly integrated. So you have processes, you have different people, you have different life cycles, you have different modules. All those are part of your product life cycle management, and they should be, properly have a proper communication with each other. They should have a proper integration, and the better integration you have, the better system you have in place, right? So this concludes whatever we have discussed, like what is product, and why product life cycle is important to study. Means why it is you need to know what is the life cycle of a product, then how to manage it. Now once you know how to manage it, then we have seen how to manage it better. So for that, what are different models are there, and with those models we have seen how we can make it better life cycle, or better communicating with each other modules, and ultimately those will give you better less time for the development, less time for the production, less time for the distribution. Obviously, we are saving time is saving money, so you have more profit. So obviously, more sustainability, more flexibility, more quality. So all these things are part of your product life cycle management. So we have gone through all of them. In today's lecture, we have seen different life cycles, variety of life cycles. So with the knowledge of all these life cycle processes, you can now have a better system in place. If you have a better. Also, we have gone through the software. What is the PLM software, and what are the different features you are expecting in a PLM software. So we have gone through that also. So basically, understanding all these now, and understanding, so basically our subject is product design and development. So for that, we need to know what is product, or what is product design, and what is product development. And once we know design and development, then we should know how we can make it a better design, or how we can make a better development. And for that, this PLM, product lifecycle management, and product data management, these are important. And once you have a better understanding of these PLM, product lifecycle management, and product data management, then you can have a better system in place, and here you can have a better product, you can have a better system, you can have better quality, and all these things will ultimately have a better output. Okay, so basically your whole system is understanding all these things will help you to have a better product and better development. So PDD, product design and development, this concludes that ultimately how can we have a more profit, better product, how we can follow industry standards, how we can have a regulations followed, we are not missing any kind of regulation, environment friendly, that is another important aspect we talked about all the time. Then we have seen how to have a better quality, we talked about that also, because quality is one of the important aspect, and you have to have a proper standards, and those standards should be made for the quality. So Considering all these, by by now we have gone through many different topics, and we have got enough knowledge to have a better product and better product design and better product development. Okay, so this concludes our last unit, that is product design and development subjects, product lifecycle management and product data management. So if you guys have any kind of query, you can you have my WhatsApp number. You can send me the whatever query you have, and any doubt, or I have put assignments also online. So try to work on those assignments and send those assignments uh, through make a PDF of it and send those PDF to me. So try to have those also ready, in case we need them. So we will not get much time after this. So any query, just give me a call, and let me know. I'm available 24 hour. I will try to give response as soon as possible. Okay, and all the best.